What's going on, all you gamers? Here we are in Cyberpunk 2077, and today I'm going to bring you a little bit of news on what has kind of come about from patch 1.1. So if you're not quite up to date and you want to know what they fixed, what they've kind of broke, and what they may have broke, then stay tuned. That's coming up next. Welcome back, all you guys and girls. So as always, for all things Xbox, for all things gaming, latest and greatest in Cyberpunk and all the best games coming out soon, then why not hit that subscribe and bell icon. But for now, I'm here to tell you kind of some of the stuff that they've gone over and fixed and kind of broke as such in Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I'm not going to go over line by line of the patch notes as such, but I will kind of go across and just let you know exactly what they've overhauled and what they've changed. So what have they done for patch 1.1? Well, from the looks of it, they've introduced a little bit more stability to it, so they've sorted out a few of the various crash fixes, and they've made it so that there's a little bit better memory usage overall. Some of the quests and open world issues, so such as an issue where Delamain would kind of call you but it wouldn't actually end properly and you wouldn't be able to get picked up in Epistrophe, and a few of the other missions, they've fixed quite a few of those. For the user interface, they've fixed an issue where you were prompted, or should I say a lack of prompting, to kind of leave a brain dance session. So the button wasn't there, now it is. One fun thing that they've fixed that I didn't know about, where I feel like I would have liked to actually have kind of got one of these, and they've fixed an issue where a grenade's trajectory could be displayed in photo mode. I think they should have kept that. I think that would have looked quite cool. They've also managed to fix one of the achievements that wasn't popping up, so that's good for the completionists. And that was the jungle achievement. Now, one of the biggie things they've sorted out, and I believe they actually did this on the last one, 1.06, but it looks like they've addressed it again just to make sure, and that's the oversized kind of saving issue where I believe people weren't actually able to progress or use their save files anymore. Now they've managed to fix that entirely by the looks of it, so fingers crossed. If I'm wrong on that and anyone's still having an issue, let me know. Now, for the specific consoles, basically for PlayStation, they've managed to kind of optimise the performance a little bit, and that's in regards to the crowds. So obviously, I don't know if they've toned it down somewhat, but I'm guessing they may have kind of toned it down a little bit so that it's kind of sorted out a little bit of the crashes for probably the earlier PlayStation, such as the PlayStation 4. For Xbox, they've improved the memory usage for character creations, mirrors, scanning, cameras, remote controls, menus, including the inventory and the map. For the PC specific, it's pretty much looks like it's only addressed the game startup crashes related to loading the cache on Nvidia graphics cards, and also now it's able to obtain achievements while in Steam offline mode. One thing to note is that you still need to have offline mode to kind of be enabled before starting the game. So if you do it kind of midway, it looks like this doesn't sort the issue out. For the Stadia, concert audio should no longer be inaudible in Never Fade Away, and they fixed corrupted textures on several melee weapons. So as you can see, they're working quite hard and bringing out a lot of fixes, hot fixes, and a lot of patches to kind of sort things out and make the game to its fullest. However, there's a few things that have come from this patch, and well, one is kind of a little bit of a pain as such, and the other one is kind of game breaking. So just so that you know, if for example you are on a mainline quest currently, and that quest is when Takemura calls you down to the street mission, basically you're kind of going to get stuck there, and he's going to get stuck there, and you won't actually be able to continue in that quest chain. Now, I don't know if it's affecting everyone, but it is very, very prominent, and it's not a side quest of sorts, so it's something that you kind of can't. You have to do this. So especially for people who have been leaving it for quite some time, or for people who are on their second playthrough, you may want to avoid this at the moment. Now, I haven't tried this myself, but apparently even reloading an older save file doesn't actually fix this problem. So if it were me, I would wait until they kind of come up with a complete fix before going ahead. Now, if you are kind of stuck on this, then here's the CDPR workaround for the moment. They have said, number 1, load an older save file before Takamura and V leaves for Wakako's office. Number 2, V must finish the conversation with Takamura outside the office right away. And third and finally, right after the conversation, and updated quest progression, skip 23 hours. Now, as you can see, that's not ideal, to be perfectly honest. If it works, that's great, especially if you are stuck there, but it's not ideal. You may want to hold off on actually doing that quest if you're kind of working your way towards it for the moment. Now, this should trigger the holocall and the correct conversation, and it should fix things. But like I said, it is entirely up to you. You may want to go off and do a few side quests or do another quest chain. Now, another thing to note, and this one has me kind of baffled, because I really enjoy playing this game, I really like it, but after you have kind of spent 100 or 150, maybe 200 hours in the game, you've done a lot. You have done a lot, you've seen most things, there's a few things that you could have a little look for, there's a few bits of exploring, but now you can't actually, you can't find any random loot, which is very confusing. Now, if you're thinking, well, I find random loot all the time, then let me explain. Basically, for the random loot, that is the legendary loot, and that's the ones that are basically placed in spawnable locations, so not the random loot that drops when you shoot someone and it's going to drop on the floor. I'm talking about the random legendaries that are actually set out throughout the world, and they're not randomly placed, they're just usually randomly rolled. So for example, I've got a few guides out, and you'll go there, you're going to save before you pick it up, just in case the mod slots aren't what you'd actually hope for. Now, at the moment, no matter how many times you go to that actual place, so say for example, just over here, if I wanted to get this suit, before, if it didn't have the 3 or the 4 slot like I was after, I would just reload beforehand, go back to here and get it what I wanted it to. Because obviously, you're going to want those really high slots. It's going to make you much more powerful, it's going to make your game better, it's going to make your character better. Currently, and I'm really hoping that this is kind of a bug, whatever it spawns as, that's what it will be. Now to me, like I said, I hope this is kind of a bug of sort, because I don't understand why they would do this. It could make it so that the thing you've been after, or the actual kind of complete setup you were going for, so say for example you wanted to be completely suited and booted from head to toes, if they've all got one slot, you almost definitely will not want to keep them. You're probably just going to craft something from your range instead and have the 3 and 4 slots. But like I said, I really think that them fixing some of the other things has kind of led to this, and hopefully it's just a bug at the moment that they will fix very soon. Right, well you gamers, hopefully I haven't taken up too much of your time, hopefully I haven't bored you too much, and as always, if you'd like to become part of the Server Squad for all things gaming, for all things Xbox, and for all the latest and greatest in fun games, hints, tips, guides and builds, and some fun gameplay thrown in, hit that subscribe and bell icon. But for now, take care, I'll see you all next day.